Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this guy, Theo Hernandez, comes from a family with great pedigree, although he's a very different player to his older brother, who's a fine player in his own right. But Theo is about dynamism, pace and energy. He just loves to get on that front foot.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. He's had it taken off him. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Back into the middle. Zico for Messi. Knocks it into space. Lovely, now then. Cannavaro goes long. And he's quick to snatch it back. It's a searching pass. Think through. Now it's Mbappe, showing good feet. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Mbappe, and no, that was never going to make it. Hakimi, that's a pretty loose pass. Can he latch on to this? Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Vinicius Junior receives it in a wide position.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
This looks promising. Now it's Zico. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Zico cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away. Can he finish? And it's hit the woodwork and out! Vinicius Junior made a good run there. Oh, that was vital. Vieira. Oh, good-looking ball. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mbappe chasing after it. Busquets. And that is a little undercooked. And here's Mbappe. Calhanoglu. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And that has left him in a heap. Cannavaro. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get it through? Messi providing an outlet on that flank. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Osimhen. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Calhanoglu. Decent chance! And it's come back out to him. Goal! Fenerbahce! Fenerbahce take the lead. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Messi. Can he get on the end of this? And it's Messi. Some resolute defending there. Hakimi. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Mbappe. And here's Zico. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Vieira. Zico. Oh, delightful. And a chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
And that has added... Big chance! Goal! Fenerbahce! And again they hit the front. And it's half-time here. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Messi. Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. And here's Vinicius Junior. Tries to play it through. Osimhen unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Tries to thread one through. And this is Messi. Oh, it's gone in!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Hakimi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well read, nice interception.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Tries to pass it through. Mbappe! Busquets with a fine tackle. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the... He's having a shot! That's gone for a throw-in. Çalhanoğlu. Nicely weighted ball. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Zico. Aimed beyond the defence. Hernandez.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, important interception. Messi. Mbappe looking to add to his goal. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. That's a smartly directed ball. And he's had it nicked away. Mbappe. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Well, the keepers these days have done their homework. Puts one back. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Hakimi. He's got away. Oh, he's got a chance, surely! And that would have won it.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Valverde. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Eto'o.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that is expertly dealt with. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Valverde, well timed, excellent interception. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Hakimi. And it's Cannavaro. Hernandez. Threads one in. Cruyff. Oh, that's a fine interception.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Khan gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Now it's Batistuta. And this is Eto'o. And time is up. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So off we go then. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Looking to go deep. And it's Robertson. Now, can they get him away? Now, what about this cross?
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
That's a pretty loose pass. Conte. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Showing good feet. Yamal is flagged offside. Spread out to the left.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Now, this could be a chance. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta, and the finish! Loose ball now, and there's a... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Goes looking wide. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Knocks it out wide. Yamal receives it in a wide position.
The Netherlands clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side, the current supply route.
Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Looking to play him in. Conte. Still goalless at the moment. Drives. Header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Oh, that's a real disappointment as well, after he worked so hard to just get into position and get on the end of that in the first place. A lot of effort for very little reward.
Garnacho. And it's Griezmann.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Terrific header! It's hit the crossbar! Araujo is there and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Cannavaro. And Garnacho. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking for options for movement. And he plays one through. Not the most accurate pass. Conte. Garnacho goes on a run down the left wing. Conte. The Netherlands looking to pass their way through. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's on it. Can he get away? Well-timed, excellent interception. Can he get on the end of this? Over to the left. Koundé calmly anticipates. Threads one in. And the through ball. He's in space and looking for options. There's the header! And that has been cleared. Luka gets flagged offside. Pickford chooses to deal with it himself. Now it's Batistuta. And that's a dangerous... Tries a shot! It's in! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Adams cuts it out. Robertson. Oh, good read. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. He's picked his way through. Big header! Oh, taken with... All square, you score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine...
And the first 45 minutes are up. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. The Netherlands get the ball rolling for the second period. Costa Curta cuts out the pass. That ball looks a good one. Now it's Garnacho. Yamal. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. The Netherlands needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Well, he's a tricky customer, but he slams the door shut. Davids. Garnacho. Robertson. Can he get it through? Chance to deliver. Up he goes! Goal, the Netherlands! And the comeback is complete. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable.
And now he has two. The Netherlands get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Zico. They want to be quick to recover this.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game.
Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
The Netherlands clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that has been cut short. Well, that has not gone well. Robertson. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira. Davids. Passing is crisp and sharp. Adams gets across to intercept that. Robertson. Back into the middle. Yamal. Griezmann. Yamal is wide and looking to get onto this. That is good strength. It's a promising position. And it's DiMarco. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well read, nice interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Yamal gets into a good position. Cross to the back post. Point-blank header! And that would have won it.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Robertson. Now it's Yamal. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Yamal. And they're back on the ball again.
The Netherlands clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Out to the left it goes. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Just 5 minutes remaining now.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
The Netherlands clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Neymar. Eto'o. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Petit. Davids. It's not an especially good pass, that. That's a decent clearance. And time is up. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match as new. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've seen someone as adaptable, as dependable, both going forward and having to get back too. Plus, he's got that excellent leadership he's always displayed, and he's won everybody's respect.
Yeah, and once described by one of the world's greatest managers as the most intelligent player I ever coached. This looks promising. Mbappe! Cleared without complication. Mbappe! And we have our very first corner. Abbiati claims comfortably. Milan are looking to go forward now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? Rummenigge, Davids, great vision, takes a shot! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So, good chance here! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Roberto Carlos plays it short. And he's had it nicked away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Short changes him with that pass. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Ambitious ball here. Milan finding their passes. Aimed beyond the defence. Rummenigge. He is through here. There's the header! And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Vieira. Nedved. And it's Beckham. Looking for the run. He's in a great position here. Vieira. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira. Beckham. Searching pass he's played there. Out of play for a goal kick. Vieira picks it up from the goal kick. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Beckham. Threads one in. Davids is having a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Beckham standing over it. They've played it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Stood up well to him there. Now he's got space here. And that pass just didn't quite work. Now it's Luis Suarez.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's shifting through the gears here. Tries from a long way out. That carried quite a threat. Nedved. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rummenigge. Ferdinand gets over and intercepts. Beckham. Can he get it through? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Lahm. Davids. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Davids. Beckham. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, that's clever. Thuram cuts it out. Rummenigge. And the first half is done. How would you review the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. So off we go once more. Araujo promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Mbappe. Rummenigge.
Pretty robust defending.
Rummenigge showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And the pass is intercepted. Costa Curta. Now it's Bergkamp. And it's Bergkamp. Conte. Davids has created one goal already. Now Davids. And claimed it back swiftly. Knocks it into space. And this is Luis Suarez. He's through and the shot! It's in! The second half sparks straight into life. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Now it's Luis Suarez. And the shot. It's Nedved! Against the crossbar. Lahm. Davids. Balls out once more. Vieira. Beckham. Davids. Conte. Davids. That has ended up in no man's land. Beckham. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Deftly away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Cruyff. Davids. And he's intervened well there. And it's Davids. Now it's Nedved.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Tries to pass it through. Ferdinand cuts out the pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cruyff. Now it's Neymar. Nedved tries to play it through. That is a brilliant interception. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
That's been cut out. Well played. Mbappe looking understandably energised after his goal. And the finish! They've done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive.
Luis Suarez! And yes, it's there! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Milan get themselves back into contention.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Shapes to shoot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
This their second corner of the game. Keeper has taken decisive action. Chance! So, third corner of the game. Up he goes!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Davids. Scholes. Now, can they get him away?
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Looking for a runner. Darwin tries a shot! No mistake! They have stolen level at the last! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
And Darwin. And he shoots! Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Koundé. Vieira. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match as new. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. What fantastic scenes here in Barcelona. This massive stadium, officially Europe's largest, and from what we understand, about to become even bigger than it is now. And we're underway.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Cross to the back post. Nedved. Shot goal! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he was quick to react. No, that's been intercepted. That's good running with the ball.
I don't think I've seen a player as complete as the Czech cannon.
Ah, Nedved.
Yeah, the cannon gives us a little indication of the power he can produce from either foot, but he sets about his job like a Tasmanian devil, a whirlwind of activity.
So strong on either side.
He is.
That is good. And Hullet!
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
And it's Zico. Great chance! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
It's a searching pass. Tries a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Can he finish? A wonderful effort all by himself.
Nedved just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
And here's Zico.
Zico really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Zico. Hullet! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Hullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Vitinha. Zico. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Hullet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zico. And this is Hullet. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Oh, important interception. Tries to pass it through. Rijkaard. Milan look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
And here's Dembele. Oh, it's a promising build-up. There's plenty of really not... And Hullet!